Night looking like a nightmare, huh?
Wait till you hear it breathe. Whoa.
Y'all ready?
We slithering!
We're passing Rondo Avenue. I don't have my microphones on. Are we slithering? Zach likes the slithering stories. I think he enjoys those more than other ones. Are we slithering, sir? I believe we're slithering today. All right, so we're passing by Marshall Plan Mail. We're passing Marshall Avenue. And we're gonna go on the legendary Selby. Now today, I'm gonna try to see, I don't know if I went too far, but I think I'm on the right track. I think I'm on the right track. Maybe I gotta turn around, but I think I'm on the right track. So I'm gonna try to see if I could go and get me my black owned coffee cup. As I said before, I wanted to make it my business, you know, that I would be getting something black owned. I'm not gonna feel good going over here and not grabbing it. I just passed by. Actually, I had this customer, right? So this is my DVD machine. Now, I thought I had the old one. I think I sold it, y'all. But this is like my new one. But I thought I had the old one, and I don't. You know, I had a white one. It wasn't black. This I bought. This is recent. This is something within the last, 7-8 years. But I had another one. I think I sold it to somebody. This one brother, and he was from Selby Avenue. He was a little older. This older guy. He used to have me. Let me see. Are they open? Yeah, I think they're open. Is this? It says guest only. Golden Time Restaurant and Bar. So, can I come up in here? Yup, I can. Yeah, I'm gonna go up in Golden Time real quick. I'm just gonna grab a little. I just want some coffee. It's popping. I gotta go here. So, I gotta go a block down, y'all. So, I wanted some coffee. So I told him I gotta spend a black dollar. So I'm gonna go over there. Yeah, man. I went to. Yeah, I think I was too far out. Yeah, man, this is a beautiful. Oh, here come a car coming. This is a beautiful thing. That's a nice restaurant, Golden Time Restaurant and Bar. I gotta go up in there, man. I gotta hope nobody can. It used to be right on this corner. I think I don't know, man. It used to be. They said it's a block up. Yeah, I need some coffee, man. I need some black owned coffee. So I told the brother, he said they don't sell coffee up in there. They at a bar. I don't know why I went up in there, but I'm glad I did. You know what I'm saying? Because is this it right here? I think this is it. So they got a Golden Time restaurant and they got a Golden Time. That's the Rondo Exchange. That's Jay Shelby's. I've been there before. Oh, it says Golden Time Cafe. They call it the Rondo Exchange. Oh, well, all right. Well, wait a minute. Damn, I should have took a left into that little subway area. I'm gonna turn around. Matter of fact, I'm about to bust it right here on Fisk. I like these little houses back here a little bit. Oh, these look like they cost a little bit. You can see you getting close to what's that block? Yeah, look at that big old, yeah, them joints is. I don't think I ever been on this block. I don't think I know anybody black that stayed around here. Like I say, I didn't really. There goes a legendary Victoria, one of my favorites. You know, I like how Victoria looks, man, once you start heading to Roseville. All right, so can I park here? Can I park in the back? I think I can. Let me see. I don't know. I'm not sure, man. I'm about to just go ahead and park right here and see and just grab me a coffee real fast. It's a little bit of ice. Yeah, I don't know about this, but let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. We got the croissants and everything in here. This is the menu right here. So they was out of straws. That's all good. They got these beautiful brochures. It felt so good to see black folks sitting up in that coffee shop. Looks like, oh, it's the same brochure. So he made me a mocha. The mocha is supposed to be, let me see. It's good. I need something to kind of mix this up. I need a straw, man. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just use, it's gonna be kind of janky. I'm gonna use this little, like, there we go. I ain't got no straw, so I'll sip it. That's okay. That's okay. Like I say, you run out of straw. Then they got this big beautiful croissant. Now he asked me if he want me to warm it up. I'm gonna take a little bite just right now, because I was gonna save this for tomorrow. If you warm this up and you got crumbs everywhere, that's a real croissant. All right, let's hit the south side. Stellar customer service. I was greeted at the restaurant at Golden Times. I didn't go in because I wasn't gonna get nothing to eat. You know, I didn't want to rush, but they got a nice little bar and stuff like that. I'm going to come up here. I'm really liking how it's a tight squeeze. So, but yeah, man. If you in St. Paul, Maplewood, I mean, even if you in Minneapolis, hey, listen, man. You know, we find things that we really want to do, and we get it done. You know what I mean? So, damn, I can't. Let me try back out a little bit and give him a little space. Hamburgos El Gordas. I think I've seen them. The tabletop, I said the no tabletop, the no manners dude, I think might have. But yeah, let's just bust well, let's see where we going on this slither. I've always liked how the churches look. Them big brick churches. I've always thought they look amazing. Ashland, okay. There go another, oh, that's a fire department. Now this right here off to your right is the Vertical Church. Another beautiful building. Another beautiful building off to the right. I don't know what building that is. I think that's it says New something. Oh, Hamlin. I think it's Hamlin. So we're on Summit. Now I told y'all about Summit. Ain't no sense of me even going down there. Y'all know what the prices is. They got a church too, Summit Church. It's always been big money over here. So what we gonna do is I'm gonna bust it right on Summit. I guess he's just gonna let me. I'm gonna bust it right on Summit, because what I want to do is I want to go back that down to the south side. So I might have a couple little mini stories. We're gonna hit Minnehaha today. We're gonna hit Cedar Riverside. We're gonna hop out. I'm gonna give you a little breakdown on the poncho story to a certain degree. You already know on that Wendy's on Lake. But like I say, I gotta tell it. Yeah, these houses is stupid big. Stupid big. And you're not even in the suburbs. So let's see here. What is this? This is Lexington. So, well, I don't really want to go on Lexington. I kind of wanted to like hit Marshall or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Let me see. St. George Greek Orthodox Church, some other big giant goofy giant cribs on Summit. And like I say, you are not in the suburbs, y'all. This ain't too far removed from Frogtown. Frogtown's just kind of, you know. But I want to get y'all. Let me turn off the heat. It's getting too hot. I want to get over to Marshall. That way I can just kind of take you down Lake, and then just kind of give you even another adventures of DP. Because you ain't gonna find no stories over here. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You ain't gonna find none. So that's Syndicate. Well, oh man. I don't know, man. This is Hamlin. I'm gonna see if we can just, let's see. Man, I didn't want to do that, man. I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to I wanted to kind of go a different route, but we may have to do something different today. But either way, y'all getting to see what the city looks like. There's another big stupid house right on the corner there. A lot of people probably want to be way out in the suburbs and stuff. Me, if I was like a ball player, I'd cop a crib right on Summit. But see now, you know how it is when you a brother and you got something. Don't nobody. When you a brother and you got some paper, don't nobody want to see you ride around in a bunch of Rolls Royces and stuff like that, all like that. They don't really want to, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to do that. So we're on Summit and Hamlin. Over this way, far as I'm concerned, it's very nice, very nice. You're not really gonna worry about too much over here. I mean, anything can happen anywhere. I will tell you the rent gonna be kind of hitting a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bust a right on Grand, because I honestly think I'm farther than where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm much farther than where I need to be. I want to be back. I want to roll in the mud a little bit and kind of go through Snelling, but I think I got to just keep on going. I mean, I could probably go back the other direction, but I don't know. All right, so where are we at right now? Okay, well, there's a few different ways I could go about doing this. They got some cool little spots right there. They got the cheese shop. I'm gonna have to stop by there one day. I guess they call this the finer things of life, huh? This brother laying on the ground. I guess he like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. He laying on the ground talking to himself. So, okay, so here's Summit again. But we gonna go a different route. And quite frankly, I could just bustle. Here's McAllister College on your left. I don't really have too many stories over here. Damn, I like Summit. I don't have too many stories over here, but what I will tell you is, you know, when I first had a car, and you know, a lot of those trailers, when y'all watch my trailers, anybody that's you know, that could take, you know, if they got the attention and the wherewithal to watch my drive-through slithering videos, you'll see that I didn't really talk too much about this area too much, because there wasn't really I didn't know nobody over here like that. There wasn't a big reason to come, you know, that this wasn't an area, you know what I'm saying? See, that's another thing. When you're a young black kid coming up in Minneapolis, and you know, if your parents got a car, like a lot of times, here's Selby again, and then they got, you know, the Whole Foods and everything, so it's pretty decent over here. They got the cadenza music. When I was coming up off to your right, they didn't have this here. This is fairly new. They done built all this out. You know, the rent's probably, you know, crazy. It's a tasty $5 I spent. I feel good about it. A tasty $5 going into a black hand. Love it. I gotta start doing a little more of that. So there's tons of places that we really just didn't know about too much, because you know, if your parents, if they weren't driving, then we gonna bust. Now Marshall, I'm very familiar with. Snelling and Marshall. So we gonna take this to the south side, and we gonna do a couple stories as we go. You know what I'm saying? We weren't exposed to certain places. We didn't really go out to like our upper echelon might have been Ponderosa or Pizza Hut or something. We was just fine with that. But I just want y'all to kind of consider something. You're living in a city. Your parents don't have too much money. You don't know that you're broke as you are because you got something to eat and you got your bike. So to you, it might be somewhat of a paradise. It might be somewhat of a paradise to you, and you're kind of trapped. You're in PV Park. You're in Coil Center. You're in PDQ. You might be on Payne and Phelan. You might be at Martin Luther King Park. You're not really gonna see a whole bunch of Summit. I remember my pops used to drive us around West River Road just to look at the big houses. And I kind of enjoyed it. And as I got older, I'm kind of like, did he ever think about getting into that upper echelon of finance rather than just looking at it? And I stopped to think sometimes. I wonder, as we were looking at them homes, and we always drive by, especially during Christmas time, Halloween, we would drive by these homes because we knew they would be heavily decorated and these people had a lot of money. And I used to wonder as a kid, or as I got a little older, I wonder if my mom ever felt a certain way. Like, okay, we're just driving by, just looking at everybody else got way more than what we got. Does he have any intention on trying to conquer that? Is he a man of conquering? You know what I mean? I did wonder that. And it's not a diss, it's just an observation when you kind of think about it. You know, you're a kid, you know, and so you're okay with the Nintendo and you're okay with that. But now I understand when this older man told me one time, DP, you got your own spot, but you're in a frozen state of independence. When we was living in River Bluff and when we was down there, Cedar, Riverside, all that, we were in a frozen state of independence. Yeah, you got your own spot. You got your family there, but you're frozen. You're gonna stay here if you don't go to paying somewhere market share rent or buy a house. A lot of people went to buy homes when they left River Bluff. All right, we're on Marshall and Pryor. Pretty quiet, always been quiet down here. I didn't really know, I never knew anybody that stayed on Marshall. Didn't know no females, nothing like that. So, you know, this wasn't a place where, you know, you kind of just cruising around the city and you just, you know, pull over and you see something and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, what's happening? This ain't that kind of ball game over here. I don't know who lived over here like that. You know, we just thought, you know, people that kind of had a few bucks. But it was an easy way for me to get to St. Paul. Sometimes I didn't hop on 94. Sometimes I just want to cruise and I would just come down Marshall. You know? Cretin, I always remember this. Now, if you take a right up there, that'll bring you all the way up to, if you keep going, I think that'll bring you kind of close to River Road or whatnot. So I've taken this mini a moon. I don't think I've done a slither on this before. I probably have. I'm trying to think of some stories that I could tell right off the bat about this area. You know, about Cretin. All I can really say, you know, is it'll bring you to the right, West River Road, and then it'll bring you to the left. Now remember, I call it West River Road, but then there's East River Road, I think. I just call it that. But remember, there's river roads on Minneapolis side and river roads on the St. Paul side. Now this bus only thing, they didn't have that. And you can see the river. You might be able to see it a little bit, not really. I never like driving over this bridge too much, to be quite honest. I don't know why, but you know, I used to always try to hit the green light before we come, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, see, this is why I don't like it. It just slows down and everything, man. We were doing good for a minute. Now I gotta sit on the bridge. So that's West River Road Parkway. In the last decade or so, I'll say maybe a little more than that. Lake Street has been doing this type of stuff. Lake Street has really been doing a lot of stuff like this, which has always irritated me. Now this is a block. There's a block right here I wanted to go down. That's like a story time. I'm trying to think if this is the one right here. It's one of them. It's 45th. So basically, like when I used to ride the bus, it was this, I don't know which one it is, but I'll tell you a little mini story. This is a small segment. I used to ride the bus. This might have been 01, 03, whatever. I don't know when it was. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty young. So I try to make this one real quick before we go into another one, because there's another little spot where I told y'all when I got fresh out of high school and I was working at that tech place and all them girls was choosing. So that's over here. Now, one of these blocks I was walking down because I was on the bus and I was talking to some lady that drives the bus. She used to always be on the 7 route. And I'm gonna show you where this is at. I'm gonna show you where the White Castle used to be. It used to be a White Castle. But I used to take that route. A lot of times I think I get on the 21, or I don't remember what I did. I probably took the 21 down here. But let's see here. Because now we got 2 stories almost. I'm still looking for where that White Castle is, man. Wasn't it down a little further than this? I think it was. But anyway, so I used to talk to this bus driver. I used to talk to her on the bus, and she had a daughter that used to ride the bus with her sometime. And so the driver, she was like, "Hey man, check out my daughter." You know what I'm saying? She's like, "Man, what's happening with my daughter?" Like, so she's trying to hook me up with her daughter. Now this is 36. Now this U.S. Bank right here used to be the White Castle. So we gonna turn this around, and I'm gonna give y'all a couple little stories over here. Now I forgot what that used to be, but this little bank right here, and I'm gonna turn it around. This little bank right here, and this is going towards the sewer neighborhood, which was our stomping grounds. So I might hop out and do a little, you know what I'm saying, with that. But that bank right there is where the White Castle was. And I used to take the bus. Let's turn around. So I got quite a bit of history in this neighborhood. Quite a bit. A good amount. Actually, when I start driving, I start repairing computers kind of around this area, the Longfellow area, and you know. So this house right here, right there to the left, that's where the store, when you think about Thick, Texas.
What is that, bacon?
Morning, sleepyhead. It's my famous Saturday skillet. Bacon, egg.
She was getting ready to go out of town. That's that story. I was right over there. I was just out of high school. That Time Bomb Village, right there to UC. I bought my first VCR tape right there. And I go to Blockbuster. And then let's bust another left, and then we're gonna turn it around again. Right here, this bar right here, remember Pinky was supposed to meet me up there at one point in time. And there was a haircut place right here that this brother used to own it. And I used to sell CDs up in there. He cut my hair from time to time. You know what I'm saying? So we doing memories, man. We're doing memories. We gonna tell the memories how they happen, bro. We not gonna be cutting no slack or whatever like that. There's a lot of stuff I'll leave out just so people, you know, everybody got their own business and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna put everybody, but I'm gonna tell my side of it. Damn it, you know, it ain't gonna be nothing. There ain't gonna be nothing that can get nobody in no trouble or nothing like that. This is just the history of Minneapolis. We're slithering. Let the truth be told. All right, so you could get another. But yeah, this bar. She's like, yeah, come meet me at the bar. I remember that. come meet me at the bar. And I just never went. You know what I'm saying? So some people probably looking at some of the adventures are kind of like, oh man, he was just running through them. No, a lot of them people, man, that they used to come in the shop or like had conversations with me or whatever. A lot of times, man, nothing even happened. You know what I'm saying? Nothing even happened, man. Sometimes it just, you know, it might have been me where I was just kind of like, oh, I don't know. I used to turn a lot of women down. So I think I passed up. There's a place called McGizzy Communications. Oh no, it ain't. It should be right up here by this McDonald's. Now that story I told y'all, I was fresh out of high school. See, they done changed up everything. Sonora Grill. They done changed it all. Sandburg's flowers. I think I purchased flowers from over there at one point in time. Now they call it, I might pull in. And so if I do an AI, I don't really want to do no AI story. But if I do, it might show, I might not, man. I might not. But if I do, I'm going to show some of them old stories about, now they called it the, I thought it said Jordan or something like that. Oh, that's Spanish, some Spanish school. But McGizzy was, man, I thought it was right by McDonald's. I thought it was off of 31st. I'm tripping. Wasn't it 42nd or something like that? I don't know. Now, Disco Tees used to be off to the left. All right, old stomping grounds. All right, let's roll around in the mud a little bit, y'all. Let's roll around in the mud. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this mic on in a second, and I'm gonna give y'all a story. I'm gonna give y'all a real story. Now I told y'all about this spot right here. That used to be a woman in a salon. In a salon, the women own that. Neighbors say, get ice out. Well, ice ain't going nowhere. I don't know what y'all thinking, but this little spot right here, okay, she's walking. I can't. Oh man, I'm gonna have to come back around. Or can I just pull up in here? Yeah, I'm gonna pull up in here, man. Let me see if I can just pull up in here and do it. I'm gonna pull up in here and do it. Hold on. All right, so I think I'm good. But that, you see that little house right here? I think it was this joint right here. That little house. When Poncho pulled that little move on me, when he did what he did, you know what I'm saying? He's, like I say, he a funny guy, you know what I'm saying? So when Poncho pulled that little move on me, you know, where he was telling me about the dope fee, like he mad at dude for it. I miss that dude. But it's crazy because our worlds would have kind of like, they wouldn't have aligned, you know what I'm saying? I think it was right here. So we gonna bust a right. I hope I don't. Oh shit! See, you got, man. I'm telling you, you got to be careful. Southside, man. Them man. I want to hop out, but I might have to do it on another building or something, man. I may have to do it on another building. So I'm trying to think of some other little places that's kind of around here where. Let's go down to the shop, man. Let's go down memory lane. Now we're going to go ahead and go down to the shop, man. Now, once we get up to like 2015, 2014, we're going to go to like 40th and Nicollet. And we're going to do like a little thing down there. Hopefully the neighbors don't be like, who is this Negro? you know. And then we gonna go to Tony's. I might even get him on the camera and be like, "Hey man, what were you, you know?" You know, and I can really focus on why I picked his studio. It has something to do with preamps. If y'all remember one of my videos, I might have mentioned it. So we're sliding down Minnehaha, one of my favorite blocks. Our Minnehaha is a little different. The one in St. Paul, I got a little story in that building right there. Not too much. I really want to say. It ain't nothing embarrassing on my part. I ain't do nothing, but you know, like I say. But now this building, if you see off to your left, then we gonna talk about that in a minute. I'm gonna pull over there. Off to your left. A lot of our customers used to stay there. So I'm about to bust right over here. I wonder if this guy still owns this spot over here. I wonder if he does. So what I'm gonna do, man, I think they closed, man. I think they closed. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up right here. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a video. Now that building means a lot to me. There's a reason for it, and I'm gonna tell you why. But I used to park my car right here. This is where I used to park my car. I used to park my car right here. So we're gonna hop out real quick. That's how we're gonna do it. So hopefully y'all can hear me. So now y'all should be able to see me. I used to park my car like right here, or it was like kind of right over on the other side. I had that Oldsmobile Regency. Like I say, this is kind of an emotional time for me, because I remember one time when my homie Jay sold me this Dodge. It was a Sebring, and it was just something for me to just, you know, keep on riding and stuff like that. I knew it wasn't nothing. He both told me, like, hey man, I got a bunch of sensor issues. I said, I'm gonna flip this thing. So what I would do is I would park my car right here. We would all have our cars right there. I remember across the street, I actually brought one of the cars to find out what was going on. And that was the car I had, you know, right at the beginning of the shop. He sold it to me, and I popped it off real quick because, you know, it had sensor issues or whatever for like $1,200. So a lot of times we used to flip cars. So I had the Oldsmobile here. When I left the shop, or we were getting ready to close, I bought the Brougham, so I didn't get a chance to bring that up here, you know. But this was the real start of us having like commercial lease, and we had it like for about a year. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and let's park on the road, and then I could kind of give y'all a little bit more breakdown. I might need better mics. I don't know. We'll see. After this, we about to probably we're gonna go to Cedar Riverside. But we might kind of go down Franklin. Boy, that Minnesota flag, man. We're making some statements with that joint. So, right here, this was the shop. Now, they got a plumbing service right here that they do now. I should see if dude still runs it. But let me just cut it off for a second. Let me hop out. So sometimes I park my car in the front. Most of the time I will park my car in the back. It might be a little noisy out here, but you can see the traffic going all the way from Minnehaha, and then we got traffic going to what's this, 34th? The traffic, we had a lot of traffic. We had a lot of great traffic and stuff like that, man. So I'm about to see if the owner's still there. Let me see if the owner's still there. They closed it, man. I don't know what's going on. But they used to have people up there. But for somehow they done closed it. There go to number 7. I used to take that all the way down Minnehaha when my car wasn't up. Let's walk around. So look, I think Sandberg's is still open. He kind of pulling up kind of slow. So I think they're closed. But like I said, y'all, this is the shop. We went in this door. I don't remember there being 2 doors. I'm not really sure. But let's walk around here. I'm going to walk around a little bit. I ain't did this in a minute, man. There was a black lawyer that was right here at one point. I hollered at him one time. You know, he was kind of, I don't know. And at one point we went over here because we were thinking about doing payroll. We were real serious about this shop. All right, check it out. Let me tell y'all about this building, man. I done made so much damn money in this building, don't you know? We made all kind of, man, listen. Man, a lot of our customers used to come right down here. I've been in this building a bunch of times. I've been in this building a whole bunch of times. This was one of our biggest, and I'm gonna tell you, man, the black women, man, they really broke bread with us. Ain't nobody broke bread. Well, the brothers broke bread too, but I'm telling you, man, the sisters will break bread. The sisters used to be breaking bread because we start getting the women's clothes and all that kind of stuff right here, But man, are they closed? That's insane. What happened? I feel like damn near being nosy almost a little bit. What? I mean, they closed for. Look at these locks. It's both of them. What's going on up in here? They must have get shut down for the day or something like that. I don't know. That's crazy as hell. That is insane. I wish I could have bought this building. Real talk. I wish I could have bought this building. This shit got me so damn emotional right now. I wish I could have bought this building, man. Oh man. Let me make sure that my levels are straight. Let me check the camera. Hold on. We slithering. Still got my coffee. I ain't drank it up. Oh man. Where you at, Stack? I need a documentary. I know you'll be able to give me a good one. My bad at this little thing in the way. I could zoom in a little more, but I can move it. I can move it. So we gonna go down Minnehaha. Maybe I need to do this more often, man. I don't think I do this enough. I need to start going to different places and different neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of where else I could go. My homie don't like the AI. My homie Phil, he does not wanna be involved. He don't want to see no AI. So I might not put no AI in this one, man. My good brother. And one of these days, far as tech, I gotta have my homie Rashay interview. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play some of his music too. So like I had that Bay Area connection, and I met him through my homie that had passed. You know what I'm saying? I think I met him around about 05. I think I met him around 05. So I gotta have him on there. He just subscribed. So shout out to that brother. He the Bay Area nigga, man, Sacktown nigga, man. So he really put me on that. Like I knew there was independent out there, but he really brought down he really put me on to the gay area. You know what I'm saying? He really put me on to the gay area. Police station still, you know what I'm saying? They probably still got their insurance. They talking about building that back up. Let's bust a right. Future of the Minneapolis Democracy Center. What the hell is that? What's the Democracy Center? I thought we was in a republic. The Democracy Center. This is the legendary resale for restaurant for lease. Yeah, this was the Denny's. I'm telling you, man, Denny's was Now Wendy's is open 24 hours. That's crazy. So we just gonna go through here. Now, this used to be the Cub Foods, as I told y'all before. This used to be the Cub Foods. I'm about to see if I get some interviews and see the Riverside. I'm about to see what's happening. Wells Fargo, quarterly. This is a Somali spot. I've been to some of the restaurants around here, but I ain't never been to that one. Schooner Tavern. Now this building, as I told y'all right here, this building, I've never been to that building. This building came around much later. Yeah, the Somali restaurant, they open. Ice ain't messing with them. Not yet. Oh, they got an underground parking right here. Or not underground, but like overground, or like. All right, hold on. Let me through. Don't hit me. Don't hit me, bro. Don't this bring back memory stack though? I know he's watching, so I'll be trolling, bro. I know bro gonna watch this. Soon he gonna watch this over anything. Chase a bag bank. All right, so I don't know why I didn't just take y'all down Cedar Riverside or Little Earth. Man, well, I'm about to bust up. Now we going to the trench. Fuck that. I'm turning around. I'm doing some real Minneapolis shit what I just did right here. Yeah, we gonna turn around. I'm about to take y'all down Cedar. Let's go. Let's go to Little Earth. Oh, you in that big body Benz, huh? And a Benz. You in that big body Benz, huh? Okay. Yeah, that's a nice Benz. I like how sleek it is. I don't know how big it is, but it's the AMG joint. They from California. Number one in the racing. Number one in the nation. California. Tendonism. I'm gonna tender my way over to Cedar Riverside, and then I'm gonna go get me something to eat. So all right, Hiawatha, I bust it right here all the time. I used to do it all the time. Now, around here at this Lake Street station, a lot of times what you would have around High Lake, this is the First Independence Bank. Oh, that's the black-owned bank. Oh, hell, I got to open me up an account. This Uptown. I never really messed with this grill and buffet. I maybe ate there, man, like 15 years ago or something like that. But I used to go to this High Lake Liquor. I did go to that. There was a liquor store. I don't think it's open anymore, but it's maybe a block away. And see, that's the thing. Liquor stores everywhere. Everywhere. There used to be a lot of shootouts over here. Every now and then you hear about somebody getting stabbed or shot because, it's a hangout. And like I was saying in my last video, y'all, when you're hanging out, you know what happens when hanging out. Should I turn this around? I think I should turn this around. I'm gonna hold it. Now there's this burrito place that I used to always go to. They got a Burlington now. Colonial Market and Restaurant. I ain't never messed with that. See, they done did this other shit with the buses. Did this goofy ass shit. Should we slither on South High? Stack, should we slither on South High? I think we should. We'll hit Cedar in a minute. And then I'm going to show you the little Somali restaurant that used to show me a lot of love and stuff. I remember one time I was walking down this block and I had my hat a certain way right at one of these houses right here. Let me tell you. And some dude, I was walking with one of my homies and stuff, and they was members, I guess. And so, you know, they saying something about I need to turn my hat a certain way or whatever like that. And I wouldn't do it. So they was kind of ranting and raving, not ranting and raving, but they was just kind of bothering, you know, just on some, you know, trying to bother us about the way our hat was cocked or whatever the case may be. So what I'm going to do, we right by South High. Don't this shit look like a damn prison? Let me turn around real quick. I have not been over here for a very, very long time, y'all. I mean a long ass time. But what we gonna do is we gonna circle the premises and we gonna do a little story. Somebody got into a scuffle right over here, I think, at one point. So we gonna turn around. All right. So my bus used to be way down here. You can't see the letters no more. My bus used to be way down here, 32, or, you know, a little bit further. So let's hop out. Okay, so my first 3 years, and then we went to let me get the mic together. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hold it. My first 3 years, I went to South High. Now, when you walk in, if you look, it looks like a fortress. It really, really looks like a fortress, and they did that because of the 1960 riots that was happening. They wanted to build a school. I'm telling you, look, let me show y'all. Y'all don't believe me. Y'all don't believe me, man. Look at the windows. Now, I told y'all when I first walked in, like my first day of school, now I already picked my classes before, but when I first walk in, if you really look at this, man, these are prison windows, y'all. These are prison windows. You know what I'm saying? So if you really look at it, oh, I think they just trying to go around. If you really look at it, these are prison windows. So I'm walking in, this is where I walk in right there. These are literally, look at these windows, y'all. You can't even see outside of them joints barely. And see, that was the 3rd floor that they built up there. They had us on 9th grade team. This looks like a prison. It literally looks like a prison. I was not BSing you. It looks like a prison. So, hold on. I might take you guys around a little bit more. My hands got a little cold. It might have been okay, man, if you would have stayed across the street to a certain degree. To a certain degree. So let's bust a right here. Turn the heat on. The bleachers. I remember we had a capping contest. I was watching a team. I started to kind of go to certain teams or whatever. Or not teams, but games. And somebody had called special teams. I was sitting out there with Phil. And I told them, they called a play called special teams or something. I was sitting out there with Phil, and I said, man, ain't nobody special gonna help this team. Yeah, so I'm looking at the murals. You can't really go through here. I don't know what they doing. What is your ass on? I don't know what they doing. I think I'm about to bust a right. Man, they must be a student. I don't know what they doing. Come on, y'all. Yeah, y'all gotta get. Yeah, y'all can't. What are y'all doing? They tripping. Yo, what's going on? Man, I'm about to go around. I'm about to go around, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Of course. You know she ain't supposed to be driving. So, yeah, you know she ain't supposed to be driving. Now, I was trying to give y'all what it looked like coming into the side. Now, right here, a lot of times we used to leave. This is actually a good place to learn how to drive. But right here, we used to come out of here. Or it might have been the other side, but I remember, and Stack remembers this, man. A nigga got violated. I remember, man, they put the paws on bro. I ain't gonna say who, but I know bro remember that. Dude got, it was embarrassing. Because I didn't think that he would allow that stuff, you know, but he was a dude, and I think he was claiming conservative. And man, they put the beats on that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I remember they put the beats on him. They put the beats on him. I don't really have too many stories for Longfellow. Like I say, this is an area. This is an area I cherish, though. This is I didn't spend a bunch of time over here, but I could give you some stuff on Cedar. Phil used to stay up on Cedar. Now that bus stop right off to my left, I took that 19 faithfully. Let me tell y'all about the 19 bus, man. The 19 bus was like sacred. I've always liked Cedar, especially going way into the 40s and stuff. Man, the 19 bus was a sacred spot. Because, man, that brings you from the south to the north. So you seeing all types of decent looking chicks and stuff like that coming from the north side, going to the north side. It's bringing you downtown. It's bringing you downtown. So now we're going to go to Little Earth. And then we're going to hit Cedar Riverside. That's what we're going to do. Yes, sirree. So the next part I'm gonna cover. I might kind of go in the areas of like the Natasha story. You know what I'm saying? Which that's going back 03, 04. And that area and that story is important because of the simple fact that you know, Nicollet Lake, that was like our hustle spot. That was our hustle spot. So I want to take the camera off and get a better, not the camera, but I want to get the microphone even better. But I might just keep this on just for the sake of it. These mics are cool for $10. I ain't gonna lie. But what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna get some better mics. This area right here, Cedar, I think DOLLA was over here for a while. I'm not sure. I think he stayed over here, or one of our guys stayed over here. But we knew some people that stayed in this building right here. Because they used to get off the 19 or, you know, I can't remember, man. But it was some people that stayed over here. They stayed in this area. I think I know who stayed there. I won't say the name, though. But, you know, anybody that catches it, you going to see. You know. So, you know, sometimes as I was hustling, and then even when I was doing the computer repair, people used to kind of stay around this area a little bit. They used to kind of stay up here. But when I start driving, I'm hitting 26th. Is that 26th or 20? This is one of the blocks where I used to just take it all the way up. I don't think it's 26. It was one of the blocks. I'm trying to think. Is it? Yeah, it was 26. Because I used to go to that store sometimes. Now, let's slither. We gonna slither through Little Earth a little bit. I'm not gonna hop out and really mess around too much. There's some black folks. to stay over here. It's natives and blacks to stay over here to a certain, you know. But now these projects are one of the biggest native projects, they say, in the United States of America. There's a story on this, you know what I'm saying, on what they did. They pulled a bamboozle and they got them over here, and then they didn't really leave. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not gonna go through all their projects like that, but you know, I'm just kind of sliding around. But now, one time, remember that story? I was working a club, and I was kicking it with that dude. Now let's go down here. Let's go down this block, and then we're gonna go down to see the riverside. You know, you see the projects, they extend on both sides of Cedar. Now this right here, they didn't have this bike lane there before. But this right here is where I started doing all of my teaching classes at, right here. This is called East Phillips, okay? So, as I started doing my tech training classes, I pulled up. I'm gonna tell you where I used to park. This is where I got all them black folks, and we're gonna do another story on that. We're gonna do a story on that. He looked like he know me or something. He looked familiar. He damn near looked familiar. He might have been in one of the classes. So I used to park here. So this is near and dear to my heart too. You know what I'm saying? This little area right here. I'm bringing y'all down memory lane. This was around, I'm going to let him go. This was around 2016, close to around 2016, 2017. 2016, 2017. All right. Little Earth Projects, y'all. U.S. government did this. You know, a lot of folks be quick to blame the people that live there. Oh, they're druggies. They this, they that, they third. And see, they ain't getting that casino money like that over here, man. They ain't getting that. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look, I mean, it's always kind of been. Look at that over there. These folks ain't got nowhere to go. This is your fucking mayor. Man, I might start hopping out. Let me get my other little camera. My other little, you know what I'm saying, microphone and stuff. I'm about to start asking some questions around here. They've been exposing a lot of these places over here. I'm not going to probably really get into that too much. I'm about to go down, see the river. Look, man, look at all these people, bro. Damn. Man, this is your mayor's fault. They ain't got nowhere to go. Look. Look at this shit. This is the mayor. This is Tim. Man. Fuck, bro. Man, bro. Damn. I hate seeing my neighborhood looking like this. Is where I grew up at, man. You can't even go to Perkins. Perkins is finished. Them little buttermilk pancakes, it's over. Can't even get you a Chicago Taco Bell. You can't even run for the border, nigga. You can't even run for the border. Minnehaha 94. Can't even get a drink over here either. And let's hop out and slither around a little bit. Man, bro. I'm going to take my ass right on 94, man, as soon as I get up out of here. Yeah. It's man. Oh man, bro. This shit crazy. And that says it's a dead end, so I don't know where he gonna go. He probably, I think they you could park or something like that. So we gonna do a little bit. We gonna do quite a little bit right here. Now that's the Cedar Riverside Liquor. I used to go over there all the time. Being over here then damn near made me an alcoholic. All right. So now we're gonna go in front of D building. We're gonna go in front of D building, man. This is my old building. I'm gonna hop out, man. We're gonna have a holler. I'm gonna hop out and we're gonna have a holler. I didn't have a car, so sometimes I would get these little permits. I go my building, man. Yeah, and the security don't say nothing. I'm parking. Security don't say nothing. I'm parking. All right, let's do a little walkthrough. This is a very emotional thing. Okay, so listen. From about 05, I'll say 05, 06, this was kind of my residence. Right down here in the parking lot, somebody come through, I just get my New Jack City on. Ernest gave me the little machine, and I'm just spitting my mixtapes and everything out. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, this was it. I wish I could get up in there. Real chat. I wish I could get up in there. I ain't gonna lie, man. I wish I could get up in there. And I'm probably gonna park on Cedar in a little bit too. You know, one of these days I'm gonna walk up to PDQ. We might take a little walk around. I'll probably go with one of my guys or something like that. But I will walk all the way to the light rail because the light rail was fairly new around that time, man. And I'll tell y'all like a little mini story. A lot of like my customers that come down and they get their little mixtapes and they DVDs and stuff. What they would do is they just park right there. I remember, I'll never forget it. It was this lady that used to park. See, I never had a parking pass to park in the parking lot because I ain't had no car. But I probably would have parked inside the lot. Hopefully nobody break into my stuff, but I don't know. But now, what I would do, I'd have people just park right out here in the front. And this lady, she used to get stuff from me, and she had her niece. She had her I think it was her niece or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's quiet around here. Ain't nothing going on. But she had her niece with her. So another red bone, you know what I'm saying? And she was talking to me. She's like, man, this kid, he got a whole lot of, he got a lot of gall and he's doing his thing. And, she kind of was like, man, you need to holler at him and stuff. So she brought her niece. I was sitting out there talking to them for like an hour almost, an hour and a half or something. And she brought her niece by. I stayed on 19th floor, 1901, 1630 South 6th Street. I stayed on 1901, and she brought her niece by, and actually with a whole bag. So she brought her niece with a whole damn like the carry-on bag. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell that story another time. But ain't nothing transpired or whatever. So she was a little. I don't know why I used to do them like that, man. They'd be mad, like, man, you done had me pack my bag and ain't nothing going on or whatever. So, but hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Yeah. So, anyway, I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over to the other side. Now, those buildings across from me over there, if you look, the brown ones, that's where Asha used to stay. Well, I don't remember her real name, but I mean that she used to stay over there. She paid market rent. She worked at the airport. She didn't want to really work. She didn't want to stay up in here. She probably could have got up in here, but she didn't really want to stay up in here. So one of these days, I'm about to see if I can get up in here, and we'll see how that goes. But right now, it's dead. My homie told me it was dead. Let me see how this sounds. Hold on.